record. The fastest player in the history, 30-year history of the WNBA, the fastest player in the history of all of the WNBA's time to reach 600 assists. She did it in just 72 games, guys. Do you think Stephanie White congratulated her on breaking a record? Do you think, but before we get into it, do you think so?
Welcome back, everyone. Today, we have another exciting and fascinating story for you. So without wasting any more time, let's jump straight into it. At the highest level of professional basketball, the business side of the sport appears to be facing major turmoil. After what many are calling one of the biggest executive leaks in WNBA history, the entire multi-billion-dollar basketball world has been surrounded by non-stop controversy. Reports claim that the wealthy ownership group behind the Los Angeles Sparks quietly worked on a bold double signing behind closed doors, and now new details are beginning to surface. For months, many people believed the West Coast organization was preparing a massive offer only for Caitlin Clark. But now, the internet has been shaken by a completely different story. According to the latest claims, Caitlin Clark reportedly delivered one clear and private condition that left no room for negotiation. If Sophie was not part of the deal, then the reported $50 million agreement would never happen. The Sparks front office allegedly did not hesitate. Instead, they quickly moved forward with a carefully planned late-night strategy, aiming to bring both star players to Los Angeles in one dramatic move. Meanwhile, the Indiana Fever have found themselves at the center of growing speculation, with reports suggesting the franchise is facing serious pressure because of the situation. Head coach Stephanie White has also become a major talking point, as reactions from every direction continue to fuel the discussion. Across the league, questions are growing louder, public attention is becoming more intense, and the reported private ultimatum has only added more uncertainty. For many fans, it now feels like the final countdown has begun. The reported message was simple: bring Sophie, or I will walk away. To fully understand why this rumored double move has created such massive attention, it is important to first look at the difficult environment Caitlin Clark was said to experience inside the Indiana organization. Throughout the season, many critics questioned the coaching decisions, including confusing bench rotations, late-game isolation, and repeated public comments that some believed hurt the confidence of the team's biggest star. However, those around the situation may have underestimated Clark's ability to stay focused. Away from the spotlight, she was reportedly building a strong relationship with Sophie, one of the few people believed to have consistently supported her through every difficult moment. So when the Sparks reportedly reached out with an enormous $50 million offer, Clark allegedly did much more than consider the contract. She was said to have made one firm decision while looking directly at the organization's leadership. If she was making the move, she would not be making it alone. Before we continue, if you're enjoying this video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. Believe it or not, more than 91% of viewers still haven't subscribed. It is completely free, only takes a second, and your support truly helps the channel grow. If you've already subscribed, thank you so much. We truly appreciate your support. Now, let's get back to the story.
On the Shelbourne, letting it be known, this new ownership group is heavily involved in making changes that could have a lasting impact on the team. And this is the ownership group, the Walter Group. They came in and made the big splash for Luka Doncic. They're the ones, they're not bringing back LeBron James. They are ushering in the new faces of the league, and there's no bigger face in women's sports than Caitlin Clark. The Walter Group is looking to get Caitlin Clark locked in LA. They see the malpractice that's going on, and you better believe they're going to be scouring the market for a GM that may have a good relationship with Caitlin Clark or Caitlin Clark's representation, somewhere where they can tie this thing together. This ownership group is looking to make a move. Now, head coach Lynn Roberts spoke about this. She spoke about the important ways. She spoke about Cameron Brink, a bunch of stuff. We're going to get into the meat and potatoes.
Clark reportedly made one thing very clear. If Sophie was going to leave what many described as a difficult situation in the Midwest alongside her, then Sophie also needed to receive a top-level contract with premium terms from the very beginning. According to these claims, Clark once again showed her strategic thinking by avoiding what supporters believe were potential obstacles from the Fever's front office, encouraging the Sparks to pursue both players together in a move designed to strengthen the team both on and off the court. The Los Angeles Sparks were suddenly linked to what many described as a massive double acquisition. As reports about the private financial framework behind the rumored agreements began spreading beyond closed doors, the Indiana front office was said to be caught completely off guard. Instead of putting together a standard player acquisition package, Los Angeles reportedly created a much bigger plan aimed at taking advantage of the growing uncertainty surrounding the Fever organization. According to the speculation, the Sparks explored a creative financial structure built around outside business partnerships on the West Coast, backed by major international investment groups. These reports quickly fueled debate across the basketball world, with executives, analysts, and fans all trying to understand how such an ambitious double signing could reshape the future of the league.
And I think she helps them play faster. So we've got to be really aware of that. And that's why, our defense on, when did we play? Monday. And the half court wasn't bad. It was our live ball turnovers that just turned into fast break points in 3 seconds. You do that against Indiana, it's going to be 2 points in 2 seconds. So we've got to take care of the ball. And obviously your pickup point begins higher with Caitlin out there. She can shoot it once it crosses half court, and she will. So obviously she's another tremendous player to add to them. And the first time we played them, she played. Last time she didn't. So we've seen both.
Thank you.
Yeah.
She'll shoot it as soon as she cross half court. It seemed like everybody around the league be recognizing the greatness of Caitlin Clark, except the damn coach that she has. And Lynn Roberts went on to laud about Kate Martin as well, who looks like she might be there long term with the Sparks. Look at this interaction post game between Caitlin Clark and Kate Martin. Yeah.
Austin.
Yeah. Caitlin like, look, man, don't even worry about it. You looking good in this purple and gold. I can't wait to join you. I can't wait to join you in L.A., girl. I miss you, bestie. I miss you, bestie. Caitlin is ready to get to L.A. for good. Caitlin is ready to get to L.A. permanently. Let's take a look at what Lynn Roberts had to say about Kate Money Martin.
Yeah, at this level. But when she is out there, what kind of advantages do you have when she's able to slide like that way?
Yeah, and I mean, desperate times seek desperate measures, right? So we are,
According to the reports, major network sponsors were even considering freezing local Midwest marketing investments as the situation continued to unfold. Many insiders reportedly came to believe that two of the biggest television attractions in modern women's basketball had quietly been preparing for a long-term future away from Indiana. If those claims are true, the business impact could be significant, and what once looked like a position of strength has quickly turned into a battle for survival. The spotlight has now shifted directly toward head coach Stephanie White, who has become one of the central figures in the growing controversy. Across social media, critics have questioned her leadership as speculation continues to spread about the organization's future. What was once viewed as complete confidence in the front office has now been replaced by uncertainty and growing pressure. Reports claim that when White learned both of her franchise cornerstones were being linked to potential West Coast deals, the news came as a devastating shock. At the same time, unverified reports have suggested that key decision-makers inside the Indiana organization have been holding urgent discussions, while senior stakeholders continue reviewing the situation as public attention surrounding the franchise reaches another level.
Friction off me, guys. That's what Caitlin Clark is thinking. Now let's get to when she actually brings up Caitlin Clark, and she's going to refuse to give her credit and congratulate her on breaking a record.
Players in double figures. Prepare the ball. See, welcome back, baby. Yeah.
That's all I get, huh? A welcome back. Welcome back. I played 2 days ago. Y'all set me out the day after you played me 15 minutes. What do you mean a welcome back? Because I got to play 9 more minutes today? How about congratulations on breaking a record, 600 assists in 72 games, being the fastest player in the history to do it? No? Won't mention that, huh? Okay, let's see.
Collective effort. See, welcome back, baby. Yeah. Collective effort. Our energy, our toughness, our ability to withstand runs, big shots, so in that. Hey, but most important thing, y'all, 3 wins out on the road trip. Hey, collective effort every night. A collective effort every night. When we played connected as we did on both ends of the floor, nobody can stop us. Together.
Now, do y'all remember when Kelsey Mitchell broke her record? Y'all remember when Kelsey Mitchell broke her record? The Stephanie White, oh, Kelsey Mitchell! None of that for Caitlin. None of that. Insane. I don't even think, I don't think you can be this, not smart. I think this is being done.
According to ongoing speculation, Stephanie White's future has become a major topic of debate, with critics questioning whether she can regain full confidence inside the locker room. Some reports even claim that certain investors and supporters believe the organization may eventually need a leadership change if the growing pressure continues. While those claims remain unconfirmed, the conversation surrounding the franchise has become impossible to ignore. Online, countless fans have been reacting to official statements, with many arguing that standard damage control responses are no longer enough to calm the controversy. Every new update has only added more attention to the situation, leaving many people wondering what happens next. At the same time, excitement has continued to grow around the possibility of Caitlin Clark and Sophie Cunningham joining forces under the bright lights of the Los Angeles Sparks. If a move like that were ever to happen, many believe it would become one of the biggest stories in modern women's basketball. For many fans, this is no longer being viewed as just another player transfer. Instead, it is being talked about as a moment that could reshape both the business and cultural side of the sport. Supporters believe it would send a powerful message that elite athletes have more control over their own careers than ever before. If these reports prove accurate, Clark would not only be protecting her own future through a historic move to the West Coast, but she would also be setting an example of player empowerment that could influence professional sports for years to come.
Done on purpose. I think it's being done on purpose. We got to get to this article here, courtesy of Yahoo Sports. Caitlin Clark shows discontent over officiating decision after hostile act involving Chelsea Gray. Here it says, with 4:26 left in the second quarter of Sunday's Indiana Fever Las Vegas Aces, Caitlin Clark took on point guard Chelsea Gray, point grandma, because she's done. She's cooked. Chelsea Gray's done. The lady can't move. She moved like Damiris Dantas. It's over. It ended in another highly debated foul call as Clark tried to defend Gray from making the basket, the two players made contact. And right as the Aces star took the shot, Clark went down, prompting a review from the refs. Clark, down after contact with Chelsea Gray, pops up and is not happy with the foul call. Now play is being reviewed for a hostile act after the whistle, WNBA beat writer Tony East wrote and posting a clip. It says Becky Hammond looked baffled as the officials went to the screen. Hammond even argued her case with the officials, but they looked into the foul regardless. As the officials reviewed the sequence, Clark stayed down, holding her back, and fans feared the worst. However, as she got up, the officials assessed it as a common foul for Clark, and the Fever star immediately protested. She said, "It's not a foul." She said, "As Stephanie White prevented the situation from getting any worse and guided her to the bench," because Caitlin Clark don't need to get no more texts. Clark is already on 5 technicals, and the Indiana Fever does not want her suspended for 1 game. Clark's fitness also remains a concern for the Fever after she missed 2 games because of the back injury she picked up June 24th versus the Mercury. Here it says, oftentimes when you're coming back from injury, fatigue is also a factor, and building endurance is also a factor. When you're fatigued, you have a tendency.
With these developments continuing to dominate headlines, many are wondering what comes next for Indiana's leadership. Will the organization's top decision makers choose to make major changes before further damage is done to the franchise's reputation? Or could this reported double departure become the turning point that forces teams across the league to rethink how they manage and support their biggest stars? One thing is clear: the basketball world is watching every move very closely. This high-profile situation has reached an intense stage, and whatever happens next could have a lasting impact on the future of the sport. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you never miss another update. And if you're a Caitlin Clark fan, let us know in the comments by typing CC 100%.